Hello, and welcome to Let's Sip and Talk with Freema. We're going to wait till everyone join, but today we're going to be talking about gun violence. And it's not just gun violence here in our community. It's gun violence everywhere. And I know that right now we are on the topic of police brutality. If I'm saying it right, we're on the topic of, I hate to say it, white and black, authority and non-authority. But today we're talking about gun violence. And I'm just waiting for everyone to join. And then we'll go ahead and get started. And I definitely want your input. You guys know on Let's Sip and Talk with Freema, we pretty much talk about the unspoken. We talk about things that people do not want to talk about. And one thing I want to say is the reason I do go live on my page is so I can add other individuals so they can give their input. So I will have one or two individuals adding on my live today so they can give their input and talk about things that are going on maybe in our community, worldwide, but just give their knowledge and what they have going on. So we'll wait until they add. Come on. But first I'll start with me. And then I'll probably reiterate and, go back over what I said once we have our persons to join. One thing, matter of fact, let me invite her so she can come on. And that doggone Mimi, she never seems to amaze me. One thing I want to start with, and y'all feel free to chime in. I will read it out loud. Feel free to inbox the Let's Sip and Talk with Freema page if you want to call in anonymously and share your story, give your feedback, or what have you. We don't have to know who you are, but this is a serious topic. So if you don't want to share who you are, that's perfectly fine. However, one thing I want to start by saying with the gun violence, and again, this is just my opinion. I am not a counselor. My opinion. At a little instance, a little part of me feel like it starts from home. And I'm going to say it starts from home because, and let me just say this, with gun violence, of course, this is a plethora of things. It's not just, they're carrying a gun. It's about respect and everything else. What gives them the okay to feel it's okay to carry a gun or to buy it up off somebody? But I feel like it starts at home because your children at home, these little young gentlemen are at home. Wouldn't you know what they have in their room? Wouldn't you know if they have something that they shouldn't have? And again, with Let's Sip and Talk with Freema, I go all over the place. So it doesn't stay in one place. However, on the flip side, because I try to see it from different ways, maybe it's not in their room. Maybe it's at a friend's house. So then it goes to, do you know who your kids are hanging around? Do you see these red flags and you decide just to ignore the red flags? Do you know your kid was gang banging and you still allow him to go out and do what he wants to do? Do it show that we're scared of our children? Do we allow them to grow up and talk to us whatever way they feel they can talk to us and we don't slap them down? And yes, I'm being real because it starts from if they don't respect mama and daddy, can you expect them to respect somebody out in the streets that they do not know? I mean, let's keep it real. Let me just see if she added on. Okay, she's not on yet. Yes, ma'am.
I don't think sometimes it's not the parents' fault.
Okay.
Because if you look at it, especially it's a lot of single parents nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
We have to work. Some of us work 2 jobs. So the child is liking. Even though, it's a catch.
I'm taking notes.
You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You can't survive if you don't work. What are you supposed to do?
Okay. So I'm going to say this. On a rebuttal to this, go ahead, Stacey, because I got my notes. I can go back to it.
Well, I work and I'm a single parent as well, but I'm an open book with my child. I don't
Okay.
hide anything. I don't sugarcoat nothing. We talk about everything. We talk about guns. We talk about games. We talk about sex. We talk about everything. and he knows his right from wrong.
Right.
And I make sure I steer him in the right direction so he won't be leaning to the wrong direction. His friends, when he felt like, okay, now this is not the group that I need to be with because they was going in the wrong direction, he chose to stay away.
Right.
Because he said, everything you told me, Ma, is stay in my head and I'm going to follow those directions.
Right.
I may act like I'm not listening, but I hear you.
Right.
So
that goes to say we got to stop, or they have to stop, or we have to instill in our kids. They can't care about what the next person is saying or saying what they should do or how they should be or what type of person they should be. We got to let these kids know from toddler stage, it's okay to be you. It's okay not to be accepted by this person or that person. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I was going to say, April, when you mentioned about single parent and working and thing. That's when it starts from like 2 years old. You get what I'm saying? Because these 2 years old, 3 years old, they have a mouthpiece on them. And that's where it starts with like, listen, you're going to respect your elders. You're going to respect people that's older than you. And you're going to know right from wrong. So if I'm working and working a third shift, now I got to be mindful of who my kid is staying with or who I'm watching that kid. You know what I mean? So it's like, it still falls back on us, regardless.
And I still have to say I disagree because, I mean, even though you instill those values and everything in your
They
kids,
still gonna stray.
when they leave, and some people you don't even know they're going to be around.
Right. That's true. That's true.
And sometimes their peers can be
influential to them. Yes,
yeah, peer
definitely.
pressure is big. So all you can do is hope and pray and be that open book and
Right.
have that relationship with your child to where they feel welcome to come talk to you and open enough and comfortable enough to come talk to you. However, you still have children, and I have 3. All 3 of them have different personalities. My oldest one, can't nobody steer her. Once she gets something made up in her mind,
That's just what it is.
with. She's not going with nobody else. My middle one, very respectful. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Smile on his face and everything. However, he's very curious. But he likes the limelight.
That can be scary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The little one, he's outspoken and everything. He gets to the point, he's more like the oldest one. If it don't go his way or what have you, he'll go about his business. He don't have to have anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and all 3 of them raised the same way and everything.
But they have their own mindset.
But they have their own mindset. So you can only do but so much.
That's so true.
Once they become a certain age, and you can expose them to different things, because God knows I take mine traveling, I buy them different things. You know, I try to expose them to different things. I let them know it's another side to life besides Orangeburg.
Right.
But it's all up to that individual once they reach a certain age and they start getting that taste of independence. You just have to hope and pray that they be strong enough to.
That's very true. That's very true. I agree, because you can raise your kid the right way, and we don't know what they're doing at school.
And I'm a witness. Past relationship, God can go through the Bible frontwards and backwards. Church Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Sunday too. But was one of the biggest, you know what, and will fight you, shoot you, whatever he had to do. But you would never think it.
You would never think it.
Because of the way he was brought up.
You just never know. And that's so true. Regardless of how we raise, that's going to stray them the other way. But do you give up on them?
No.
Do you call the authorities and say, hey, my son just shot somebody? Or, hey, my son just stole somebody's car? Or do you keep it in-house and fuss at him and let him feel it's okay that he's done that? Because you don't want to be considered a snitch. You see what I'm saying?
But you have to lead by example.
When you say that, what do you mean?
If it happened to you, you would want somebody to tell. Regardless if it's your child or not that did right wrong.
Exactly.
You would want somebody to tell.
That's
would want to
100%.
do the right thing.
So my question is, but no one's speaking on it. And that's, I think, the problem. You know, a lot of people don't want to speak on things that has nothing to do with us, or it didn't happen to me. It's not in my front door, so I have nothing to do with it. But when it hits your front door, ain't everybody. You want to be upset. But why can't we start now? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person speaking on this. I know I'm not. And I'm not the first person. I'm not going to be the last person. But my question to everybody, and make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all share. Because I need input. I need to know from our county, what can we do together as parents? Everybody can't do nothing. But I need somebody to say, listen, Freema, we can't do nothing. These kids are semi-grown. These kids are grown. And they're going to do what they want to do. You see what I'm saying? But if these kids are in our household, we're still providing for these children. We still giving them a way to get around, meaning paying car insurance, putting gas in their car, buying them the car, then we should have some say-so. We have to step it up a notch. You know, let me tell y'all something. Somebody said to me today. They said, Freema, I heard you do a TV show. I said, no, I don't do a TV show. You know, I do something online or whatever. However, they said, what you be talking about? I said, we talk about all kinds of things. I said, like tonight, we're talking about gun violence. And this individual said to me, you know what? Maybe these kids and everybody need to go to another country. They need to travel abroad and live there for a little bit. Maybe that mentality will change. And what that told me is, over there, I never lived abroad. But you know, I talked to some people. Maybe their lifestyle is different from us, but why? What are we doing so different that is causing our children, our adults to go astray and just feel like it's okay? When did it become okay for people to feel like, I don't give a damn if I die today? When did it become okay? Not saying you should be scared of death, but right now, they're not scared. They're not scared to prove a point. And they're not scared to die proving that point. What happened? That's what I need answers to. And by God behold, and I don't even know if I'm saying the right thing. I'm not God. I don't try to be. I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't try to be. I just speak what comes here. I don't write nothing down ever. Interview, talking, whatever. I never write anything down. Today I wrote something because I wanted to acknowledge a few things because I got black boys that could possibly stray away or hang around the wrong crowd. And yes, I'm going to say hang around the wrong crowd because we know when our kids hang around the wrong crowd and they should not be doing it. If you see little Billy is hanging around somebody that's cussing his mama out, you mean to tell me you're going to okay that? You're going to allow your child to hang around little Billy and he's disrespectful to his mama or grandma? What's wrong?
Nothing I posted. I was just wondering.
Oh, like I'm confused. And I know y'all know somebody that's doing this. Are we going to call them out on it? Are we not going to call them out because we feel some type of way and we don't want Brenda to be mad at us because we called out her and her parenting? I'm not associating myself with somebody like that. That's just me. Not saying you have to, but it got to start from somewhere. I wrote on my paper, snitches. I'm pretty sure with all this that's going on nowadays, somebody knows something. But guess what? They're not going to tell it. They're not going to tell it because guess why? If I tell it, they might be my head. If I tell it, such and such ain't talking to me no more. If I tell it, I'm going to look like a snitch and snitches get stitches. So guess what? It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. We're never going to get anywhere because everybody want to keep their mouth shut. If my son come up here running blood on his shirt, God damn it, you done did something. Let's go ahead and call the authorities up. And we're going to take care of this. Yeah, it sounds crazy, but that's just one person off the street that's out here thugging it. And I'm just keeping it real. You can hate me after this. It is what it is. But I'd be darned if I allow my child to go out here and run up in somebody's house. I wouldn't want it done to me. If you know your child doing some craziness, come on now. Pump them brakes. Pump the brakes. Stop allowing them to do things that you know your parent wouldn't allow you to do. Or is it that your parent allowed you to do it? So now it's a chain reaction. It's a, as people say, generational curse. Nah, it stops. It's up to us to stop it. We're all raising little people. We got to do what we got to do at this point. I wrote down something else that one of the listeners said the other day. Parents, it takes a village to raise a child. And I mentioned this before and I'm going to mention it again. You know why? Huh?
You see it?
See what?
That's what I had
No, ain't nothing come up. Oh, I don't see no comments. I'm sorry. I'm just running. I see the picture that my son friend posted. I felt it was not appropriate, so I told him to take it down. He did, but what happened? I did not see that. Wow. Let me scroll up.
Porky door.
What somebody said? So I'm sorry, y'all. I did not see none of the comments. I do apologize.
My child was raised. He know he cannot come around me in a stolen car or let me know he stolen one, so I won't be able to turn him in.
Exactly. Interrupt me if y'all see the post. I didn't see it. I'm just rumbling. Somebody else saying it's not letting me accept the invite. I don't know why. Let me see if it'll let me add you again. Nope, it won't even let me add you again. Maybe log out and log back in. Like go out of the live and go back in. I'm sorry y'all was not seeing any of y'all comments.
But I am glad that he do respect me enough
to take it down.
Yeah. Without any back talk.
Right. Exactly. But it say I wrote down it takes a village. Shaliqua mentioned this. It takes a village to raise a child. I totally believe that. You get what I'm saying? I totally believe it. Especially, maybe you don't have a mother and the father in the household. Maybe it's a single parent. Maybe it's a single dad or what have you. However, you still got your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, cousins, whatever. If y'all see my child acting up, go ahead. I ain't saying you got to hit on him or jack him up or whatever. Now, little man, you know good and well that's not right. But let me tell you why it's difficult to help another sister or brother out. Because we got these people that's out here will get mad at me for saying, listen, Tasha, your son was acting up. Matter of fact, Tasha, I seen your son steal a candy bar at the store. I just want to make you aware. You know, so you'll know what he's going in here doing. Tasha gonna jump down my throat. You saying my son stealing, excuse me. You saying he's stealing? You trying to label my child? No, I'm telling you what I saw, and I just want you to go ahead and put a hold on it. Sometimes you can't even say nothing to these children because their mama or their daddy is going to come jump in your face. How do you expect a village to raise a house or a kid when we can't even say he's doing something wrong? I'm not chastising him. I'm coming to you as another adult so you can chastise him or so you can make it right. I'm not trying to say what you're doing wrong as a parent. Sometimes we don't even know what our children are doing out there. Hell, when they're at school, we don't know what they're doing in a bathroom. We don't know what they're doing in a locker room, in a gym, under the bleachers. During school. But if we see that and we acknowledge that with one another, why does it have to be animosity? Why do you think I'm trying to throw your kid under the bus? If I seen little Bob stealing, I could have called the cops, but I didn't. I came to you. And for you to jump down my throat mad about it, that's going to make me not want to do it again. That's why a lot of this, and I'm not blaming nothing on nothing, but that's why so much stuff, it could be eliminated. But we don't look at it that way. We don't look at it that way.
I can testify. Lord knows it was not easy raising two kids. And those of y'all that know me know that my son just graduated yesterday. Mm-hmm. But thank God I had a relationship with the people at the school. They would call me at work on my cell phone and be like, Mari came to school late. He didn't ride the Coke bus back to school. I don't know who he rode with, or he rode with such and such, and I don't think that was a good idea. They would call me. And I appreciate it.
You appreciate it.
When I went to graduation, some of the instructors and stuff, the people that worked there, I've never seen before, but they knew exactly who I was. Oh, that's Mari mama.
And that brings me to something else too. And like I say, with the Sip and Talk, we go all over the place because this all leads to it. Gun violence.
Yeah.
Drama. Unnecessary shootings. Okay. We're going to be involved in our children when they go to school. These teachers are going to know who we are. These teachers are going to know we love our children. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to assume, oh, Freema don't care about Kali or Monty or Cadence because I never seen Freema. Oh, you going to see me.
But they automatically do.
And I'm not one of the parents that say, oh, I know my child. Da, da, da. You know your child. Listen, though. That's what a lot of us mess up at. We don't listen first. Give your rebuttal after. Let them say what they're going to say.
I can give a story.
Then you say what you got to say. But some of us have to learn to listen. Some of us be ready to just go ahead and blast off and don't even know what the next sentence is, what the next word is coming out somebody's mouth.
I would be more than happy to share my experience with my little one.
With William?
Yes. Everybody.
Y'all make sure if y'all want to call in, say, listen, I got a story to tell. Inbox it. If you don't want to say who you are, put it on here. You can call and share your story.
Let me tell you, my baby had an Indian teacher. He came home. Every time he turned around, she was writing him up, calling me. And I'm like, everybody who know William can be
a bit extra.
Yeah, extra, manipulative.
Whatever,
argumentative, debate, everything. So I was like, you know what? It's time for me to meet. I said I wanted him removed from this teacher class because one thing about William, if William cursed, William tell me, yeah, I cursed. I did it. He was like, Mama, I didn't do anything. So I was like, okay, enough is enough. I went up there. I told them I want my child removed from out the class. They tell me they can't remove the child unless I have a meeting with the teacher, which I've had several phone calls with and everything. So I made a meeting with the teacher, talked to her and everything. Everything was fine. She was just like, telling me what I already know about my child. Right. He's extra. He like attention, whatever. She turned around and she had the nerve to fix her mouth and tell me that I need, maybe by me being a single parent, I need to show him that he's loved.
Whoa.
And make sure that he knows that and spend more time with him. First off, my child is fortunate enough to have his mother and father in his life. I don't know what made you feel that
some people overstep their boundaries
on my own. First off, and I had to correct her from that. Second off, his personal well-being or what have you, and I told her one of his reasons is, and if I didn't work around students, I wouldn't be able to know how to come back at him. But like I told her, he's the baby. Not only that, he's the baby of the class. William's birthday is always before school starts or the same day school starts. So everybody else is going on 12, 13 years old. He ain't nothing but 11. He still have that baby mentality. But she didn't know that. You didn't
sometimes
take the time out to get to know your students.
And that goes back to now we're judged. We're judged completely without people. And that makes me say something else. Okay, we're already judged. Let's keep it real. Okay, so let's take it back to slavery. Let's take it back to the mentality that we have as black people. Okay, me and one of my friends was talking about this the other night. And I could be wrong. Like I say, I just be talking, I be rambling. Okay, but we keep it real on this page. Well, I'm not on the Sip and Talk, but we're going to pretend we are. So anywho, slavery, right? So you got the slave masters, you got whatever. They're teaching their children, they're teaching their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren, their great-great-great-grandchildren. God damn it, you run this world. You run this world. But guess what? As black people that have been through slavery and all this other stuff, guess what we're teaching our kids? Be respectful. You don't, yes, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. You're not being disrespectful. We're teaching them this because what they've been through. So we're teaching our kids to be respectful and have manners. So we're more nurturing. We're more conscious of what we're saying. And now it seems like we're getting it's bad. What you call it? Backfiring on us. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a yes or no, so because we don't want to get beat. We don't want to get beat no more. So we're watching what we say. And now that we're lashing out, it's this big uproar.
But then if you look at it, the new generation, they don't believe in saying no, sir, yes, ma'am, or whatever. They feel privileged.
Now,
it's changing.
Why do you think they feel privileged?
I think a lot of it has to do with the parents. We work more. We provide more. If you compare our raising to where we're raising our kids, we had to work. We wore them generic
I worked when I was
shoes.
14.
We wore them generic shoes and everything. We ain't get no Jordans or no Patrick Ewings or Asics. That was back in my days. I mean, and they wasn't but like $60.
Right,
then, but,
right.
I mean, still, we had to wear those. What was the name of those? Oh, I can't think of them. Anyway,
LA Gears?
Yeah, LA Gears or Kids or stuff like that was inexpensive. However, nowadays they wearing True Religion,
Right.
Tommy Hilfiger, all that stuff.
So they're more,
They're more privileged.
But are we giving this to our children to make them feel like, okay, you're getting this stuff so you don't have to go out there
but
and...
some of them, even though we do tell them to be respectful or what have you, I feel that they hold their head up higher. And some of them feel that they don't have to do certain things that we did. If you talk to some of the younger generation, and I wish we had the kids around here, you'll ask them. Some of the things that we wouldn't dare do or dare say,
they'll say it.
Yeah.
And
Just like if it's an older person we come in contact with in the store, because of their age, we wouldn't say anything to them or
Right.
spell out. Yeah, you let a young person or whatever come in contact
But
with
why?
that
Does that not start from home?
It does start from home, but we have to figure out exactly where we changed it. You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but when I say it start from home, that's like me having a group of people over and I'm allowing colleagues just to be disrespectful to them and don't say nothing.
But it's not like like it was when we grew up, the way we were raised. For instance, and I see this a lot, when we do have gatherings with other people, children or whatever.
They right there?
Oh,
you ain't about to be in the room.
Like, get out of grown people business.
You ain't about to be in the room.
Or get out of grown people face. Nowadays, some of the parents allow the kids to sit there. And you be looking like, I can't even have a simple conversation to say what I want to say because I don't want your child to hear it.
Yeah, that's true.
But they allow it.
They allow it. That's true. I can't even argue with that. I can't even argue with that. What else I wrote down? Lord, I can't even understand my own handwriting, y'all. We got to stop caring what... I don't even know what I said. But basically, I think I mentioned that.
Mine tells us that we began judging because we black.
Wait a minute. We begin judging because we're black or
She meant being judged.
being judged because we're black? I think so. 100%.
And then you have to look at the bad apples because some people don't carry themselves in a proper way.
But am I all black people? Are you all black people?
Are we all white people?
You get what I'm saying? So that's the mentality of the other people, of the other races. You can't say just because one black person or one bad apple, one bad apple spoils a bunch. But come on, this is reality here.
But they automatically
This is reality. This is a life that we're living.
But they automatically assume that all black people are undereducated or have no education.
First of all, most of these people that's in these high seats are in these seats because of who they know. Nicole, share the thing. Put it on Facebook. It's because of who they know. Some people are not even qualified to be giving half of our brothers and sisters the time that they're getting to be sitting in jail. They're not even qualified to do that.
Nope.
But guess what? Who I blame? Us. For not paying attention to this. For not looking into this. We just accepting it. It's time for us to speak up. And y'all know by far, I am not racist. I promise to God. Y'all know that.
I think
But
a lot of us are afraid to speak up.
a lot of us could be afraid to speak up, but God darn it, now is the God doggone time. I put something on a page. I put the Alan tagged me in the ones that's running, the election, the senators, this and that. I put it on the Sip and Talk page. 2 people watched. 2 people. Now I ain't gonna say y'all ain't go back, but I'm saying unless y'all already know what these people stand for, that y'all going to vote for on Tuesday or what have you, I ain't see too many people watching it.
Now, I do want to go back to inbox, a message that you were inboxed about the new Black KKK.
Okay,
The
Affinity.
ones that
I think you
were-
call it. I think it's
yeah,
Affinity,
starting,
Affinity or something like that.
Okay, but it's funny that it was 5 aggravators or agitators that were
Let me see
arrested
that.
in
You got that pulled
Colombia.
up?
Here go the article right here.
Because I'm going to reiterate this. On the Let's Sip and Talk with Freeman, we speak the unspoken. We speak things that people don't want to talk about. You can love it or hate it.
But you can still
So,
stay behind
I love
closed
everybody.
doors. You don't have to be exposed.
You get what I'm saying? I don't expose nobody. That's why I got to Sip and Talk, because you can inbox me. I'll put it out there. Let them think it's me. It don't matter. However, y'all know it's not me. So there was,
Caucasian.
this was when? June 4th, 2020. So today's the 5th, am I right?
Yeah,
so this was yesterday. It say a man who Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott described as an agitator from last Saturday protest in Columbia has been arrested. Why has Joshua Bernard, which is 24 years old, a male white Caucasian, been arrested? He was arrested on charges for breaking into a motor vehicle, looting, larceny, aggravated breach of peace, and instigated a riot for his actions during the protest on Saturday, May the 3rd. And the reason I am saying this is because I received an inbox when someone inboxed me on the Let's Sip and Talk page about their best friend. Okay? This best friend was a Caucasian. The one that inboxed me was a black person. Okay? What happened was during them protesting, this Caucasian got a little ganged up on. You get what I'm saying? They didn't beat him. From what I understand, the black person stepped in. And yes, I'm using black and white. We all grown. The black person stepped in and kind of broke it up. However, that black person felt like, dang, this is what we've been going through for all our lives. It doesn't feel good, do it? And maybe they were wrong. Because the feedback I gave that person in the inbox was, personally, I wouldn't feel that way about my best friend. You know, to each his own. You know, I said more. However, I don't try to make no one feel bad about coming to me. I don't straddle the fence. I say how I feel and I leave it there and I put it on the page for everybody else to get their feedback. However, I got an inbox saying, I appreciate your post and this and that. However, did you know that there is something called a Fenty? Am I saying it right? Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong, people on here. A Fenty or something like that. It's like the black KKK that comes down in cities. They're placed in different cities so they can cause chaos, you know, and damage things. And they'll think it's the locals. Okay, it's locked. I didn't take offense to it. However, if you gonna come to me, come correct. Okay? Because it's not just, and if it was black people, who cares? Because guess what? Black lives matter. And that's what's going on right now. Let us have our time. It's not cute for the white people, and I'm being real, and I know a lot of people probably gonna block me and hate me after this, but what's going on right now, Black lives matter. Because we're the one going through this, okay? Y'all are not going through this. Y'all are not going through this, so y'all would not understand. So we don't need no Caucasians. We don't need no Italians. We don't need no Japanese. We don't need no Arabs going out there damaging stuff. If we're going to damage it, we're going to damage it ourselves. Because guess what? They're going to blame us for it. Okay? So when you inbox me about some black KKK, it touched a nerve at the end of the day. Because guess what? Guess who's on the news? Guess who's on the news? We got Joshua. Here, we got Joshua. You can't see it. That was out there causing chaos.
It's 5 of them.
It's 5. Right, so it's not just a Fenty, if I'm saying this right, it's others too.
They even had a report, a Caucasian woman was stealing, had a whole bunch of bags coming from.
They all stealing.
They seen the
And it ain't about a black and white. Again, I'm not racist. Y'all know this, but don't come at me with some bull crap. Let us have it. Let us figure this out. Don't cause more drama on us when we're the one getting killed. What part of that don't y'all understand? And y'all can share this to whomever y'all want to share it to. And that's just that. And I know we was talking about gun violence, but I went to a whole nother level with this. Anybody else got something to say?
Nobody else trying to get added on.
Well, Becky with the good hair wanted you to know that it was black people.
I understand. I get it. That's why I got that inbox. And everybody that's on the Let's Sip and Talk page, that's why I made that. And I'm not hiding behind anything. I made it clear that FREMA don't make the post. FREMA just put it out there for people to feel comfortable. They want the feedback. But when I get an inbox on my personal page, it's personal. Okay? It's personal. So listen. I'm not trying to be Martin Luther King. I'm not trying to be Malcolm X. I'm not trying to be who? Reverend Jackson or whoever. I don't know. Al Sharpton. I'm just doing a Let's Sip and Talk with FREMA. I didn't expect it to go to this. I didn't know protest was coming along. I didn't know any of this stuff. But it happened. And I'm still a black woman at the end of the day. I still got black children at the end of the day. And it's still not cool. Regardless of what you say, you can't straddle the fence on this situation.
And I think that's a situation that they would never understand. Having
they can't understand it. So keep your mouth shut.
Your child leaves the house, you have to pray. Even just to go to school, you have to pray. Because you don't know what's going to happen. What they gonna blame on them. I mean, it's sad. I'm gonna tell a story. My son, when he first got his license, and I got in the car with him, he put his wallet on the dashboard. I said, why are you putting your wallet on the dashboard? That's dangerous. You don't do that. He was like, Mama, because if I get stopped by the police, I won't have to reach nowhere. It's right there in plain sight. So I can just get my license and everything from my wallet without having to reach in the glove compartment or my pocket. I don't want them to think that I'm reaching for something else. Do y'all know how that made me feel?
Yeah. And it's something you can't even change.
For him to be that young and already having to think that way. And he did cry when he was like 12, 13 years old. And I had to explain to him because he experienced his first experience with racism. You already have strikes against you. You're black and you're a male. He cried. He said he feel it wasn't fair.
I thought about something else.
He actually cried. He literally cried.
Y'all, I know I go on tangents. And again, you choose to follow who you want to follow. I know I go on tangents. But it is what it is. I was talking about this today with some people. And I don't have to keep reiterating I'm not racist because y'all know I'm not. But I'm going to say this. Do y'all not know, and if you don't know, you better tell your kids and your grandkids, that these god doggone slave masters wanted them in-house niggas? Do y'all not know that? Yeah. Do y'all not know that? Let's keep it real here. Since, everybody want to talk about everything, where do you think this nose come from? Where do you think this nose come from? Because he wanted an in-house nigga. Y'all can sit here and say, oh, such and such ain't racist because he's dating a black girl or she's dating a black guy. That don't mean nothing. When they getting the goods, when it's good to them, we better not sleep on that. Let's stay woke on that. Let's keep it real. If we're going to talk about it, they still want it.
High school.
Somebody said something?
Quentin Turner said, sounds like they're worried about people who are looting or people who is looting rather than why people are looting. People are tired, unemployed, scared, bored, even.
And I'm going to comment on that, Quentin, because honestly, at first, when all this started happening, I couldn't grasp. I couldn't grasp it. I was like, but why do they have to do this? Like, why do they have to burn stuff up or tear down stuff? I couldn't grasp the concept until somebody said to me, Freema, they have to shake the world. They have to shake them because right now, the stuff we were doing before this, it ain't working. And I thought about it, and then I went to the protest in Columbia. I went to the one here in Orangeburg, and I'm like, you know what? This is right. Not saying it's right. But if that's the only way we're going to be heard, and we've been trying this for so many years, then we got to do something. Because guess what? They've been doing it to us.
And I have to disagree with you. I'm sorry.
I don't care.
Because if you look at the incident that happened, who in the world goes in Woody's? How many black people?
No, now there are some people that do just stuff just to do it now.
I know.
There's some people just do it just to do it.
Listen, hear me out. They're heavily alarmed. So and if you time you go to drive through there, the alarm is going to go off. You didn't steal no rings, no TVs, no nothing. You went straight to guns and ammunition. What sense do that make?
It don't make sense. Some people using this time just to do stuff.
Same way that funeral home burned down on Russell Street during state homecoming. It didn't burn down no other time. They waited until we had our peaceful homecoming like we know.
To blame it on us.
Year after year to blame it on us. Do it sound right?
It say no answer, Alan. It don't sound right.
That's outsiders. I mean, well, you know what I mean.
For some reason, it won't let me add you. Anybody got something to say? Go ahead and send your request so I can add you on.
Well, I wanted to
it won't add you.
About
Or if you want to call in, let us know.
In-house, high school. My friend was dating a white guy. She was black, of course. Everybody knew they were a couple. But when it was time to go to prom, he stood her up.
Really?
Took a white girl. Come to find, he ended up marrying a white girl. He would never take my black friend around his white family.
Couldn't do it because they ain't like black people.
Exactly.
Do y'all know how many white friends we got that parents or grandparents don't like black people? Do y'all know that?
Or disown them when they have children.
Child. Okay. It ain't about a black and white, but it is what it is.
I love them all, but at the end of the day, we deserve the same respect that that everybody else.
Okay, so back to the topic. Who's giving these kids these guns? Who's giving it to them? Somebody answered my question. I can't remember where I posted, but somebody said, and I could be wrong, it's these gun shop owners letting these kids come up in here and buy it up. Is it the gun shop owners allowing these black brothers to go in there and just buy it because they want the money? Or is it the OGs that's now retired sitting back and saying, oh, I got you a nice one today. Bring me 200. You can get it up off me.
No, that's
Who is it? Who's giving these kids this gun? Or are they breaking up in people's houses? They breaking in people's houses and cars and getting these guns? Where they coming from?
Or the parents not paying attention that their gun is missing.
Oh, or is the parent not paying attention that they gun missing?
Or you taking them out at the age of 5, teaching them how to do.
Now that I don't disagree with.
You don't?
I don't disagree with it because if a motherfucker run up in here, my kids gonna know they gonna blast the hell out of somebody and they ain't missing. I don't disagree with them being taught how to shoot at a young age, but you got to be responsible with it. I don't disagree with it.
Well, if you look at the gun violence and everything,
Hey, Tamika.
Schools, it was mainly one race. But
that's true.
We always pick up the guns and kill each other.
We kill each other. I don't understand it.
So they make it easier for them to get it.
Why? Why we kill each other, y'all? Why? Am I jealous? Am I mad because he got something I don't have? Am I mad? Like what? What's the reason?
Back in the
they
days,
can't fight.
They used to fight. They don't fight no more. We know that.
And I put something else on the books. Is it because social media now? I'm going to get recorded, get my ass whooped. So now I'm scared to fight in front of people because they might see me getting beat up. So I just pull out the gate.
It's all about a reputation.
I don't get it. How long we been on, Stacey? Because I've been going and going and going. Ain't nobody. I see people trying to join in, but for some reason I can't add. I don't understand what's going on. Alan, you might have to go out and go back in. Nobody else got nothing to say? Because I done went on a whole rampage tonight. And I'm not apologizing. Because I meant every word I said. Well, and no, I'm not drunk. I had one glass of wine. It started here and it's there. I took the 2 sips while I was on with y'all. It was built up. And it was time to let it out.
When it get close to home, one of our friends turned around and got arrested for not doing anything. Her and her son. I'm sorry, but I can't imagine having to bury one of my children for not doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't.
I can't imagine
They
it.
might as well go ahead and put me down because I'm going through it like Rambo.
That's why I said I can't. It's so. I wouldn't even know what to do.
We got to pull together.
Can we pull together? That's the question. No. Can we?
We need to.
Listen, we can't change the past, y'all, but we can change the future. If we got little people at home, let's start tonight. Let's have these conversations. Let's know who our kids are hanging out with. Let's say, hey, such and such coming to get me, Ma. Tell him to come meet. I want to meet him.
My middle son, he has 3 best friends. Well, 4 best friends. One of them are white. But we all know each other. Parents, we made it our business to know each other. If one is doing wrong, we let them know.
Right.
We on them. So it ain't too much they can get away with because we are all watching.
We all watching. Exactly. Eyes. But why can't, it's not like that.
But we still had issues with the Caucasian mother.
You posted? I don't want to cuss. If I haven't been cussing already. Our community ever going to get better if some parents allowing these kids to do whatever that makes money, or partake in activities that's gang related. It all starts in the home. I said what I said. My boys will be gentlemen, not thugs. We know if our kids thugging it. We know that. Who we fooling?
And
Who we fooling?
Like I said, the 4 of them, one of them is Caucasian. However, they all got caught in a group. One was smoking weed. Who was smoking weed?
Now, I probably know who you're saying, but
The Caucasian one. The Caucasian mother pulled up and caught the Caucasian one with the blunt in his hand. However, she called us, each one of the parents, and let us know. But the way she came at me was,
it was y'all?
I don't know what you allow in your home.
Oh, wow. Okay. Pointing fingers.
However, out of those 4, that one Caucasian has done time.
What you about to say?
DJ Jackson said they're getting them from off the street.
Getting what, the guns?
Stolen guns.
Somebody got to sell it to them. They're getting it from somewhere. Is it our own people? That's my question. Is it our own people that's selling these guns to these youngins? That's my question. That's still black on black crime. They know 9 times out of 10 they're going out there to shoot another black person. Anywho, I done said what I had to say. The individuals that I wanted to add on, for some reason I was having I don't know why. But I got my point across tonight. I think
Now I want to answer what April said because she talking about the damage.
You low, Alan.
Can you hear me? You hear me now?
Am I on another thing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So you know April talking about the damaging of the properties and stuff like that. So like what Shannon Sharp had said on his show. It don't come from that comes from the slave owners, or back in the day when black people used to try to go and vote, try to go and do this, try to go and do that, and when Caucasians found out, what did they do? They try to intimidate us. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hold on. What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Good. All right. So back in those days, they used to burn crosses in our yards and damage goods to intimidate us, so we won't do the right thing that we're trying to do. So that's what they get that from. They get that from them. But they talking about, we damaging stuff, but that's where they get it from. Also, the gun situation. Yeah, it's not wrong to teach your kids to use the guns, but you teach your kids to use it the right way. You got the Caucasian kids always go hunting with their parents all the time. They killing deers. They holding 8-year-old holding up a deer, holding up a rabbit. All those woods y'all got in South Carolina, use it. Free property. Use it. Teach them and do what they have to do. Can you hear me? Can you still hear me? All right. So, but like this right here, like we just gotta. So about killing each other. Yes, we need to stop that. We need to put an end to that. I was talking to somebody the other day, talking about let's do the calculation of how many black gangs there are compared to how many white gangs there are. Have you ever just thought of that?
Actually,
can you hear me? I just asked somebody that. I say, so how many black gangs there are compared to how many white gangs there are? Just think of that. So let's go. You have black gangs. You have Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, VDs, folk wearings, whatever. That's in South Carolina. Folk. it's some other gang I can't think of in my head. And so black and brown now. So we going brown. MS-13, Mexican Mafia, South Mexicans, uh, um, what's it, Latin Kings. All right, that's just the name of the few, right? Name the white gangs. I ain't talking about.
KKK.
That's not a gang. They kill. They don't kill their own.
There you have it.
Yes.
Aryan
No,
Brotherhood.
we don't.
They don't kill their own. Unless
You know what? We need to get shirts that say they don't kill their own.
And I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you a problem we have too. All right. So when Barack Obama was in office, right? This is the first black dude. This guy came in here with everything. First black dude to step in, first black family, first this correct black family, not corrupted, the sign you want to see. But people don't see the big picture. They don't look at the big picture that this dude made it, right? And we always want, if somebody goes into office, or somebody say they're gonna do something, we always expect them to do something right away, and they're gonna do, like, we're expecting it right away. And stuff, and we know in general stuff is not gonna happen right away. So look at the big picture here. You can sit here and tell your son right now, Freeman, that you can be a president. You can go ahead and tell your daughter that, you know, she can be married to a black dude, be a president, and be a first lady, right? Now, this is number 1. This is not number 10 or number 8 or number 2. Criticize. He did the best that he could. You know what I mean? Did the best that he could. It don't take one black dude. It's gonna take more than that. Nobody did. You see anybody criticize George Washington right now? How many presidents before 44 were there? What color was them? But people don't see that. They don't look. They don't see deeper, or see that. Yo, y'all witness history. Y'all can now tell your son or your daughter, you could be in that White House now. This dude done got criticized. This dude done got called this. This dude done got questioned by his birth certificate. But everybody don't look at the big picture. Well, he didn't do this. He didn't do that. It's not gonna just take him. He was the first. Do you understand that? He was the first. So he's gonna mess up. But look at the big picture. In there. And that's the problem we have, man. Like, we don't take up for ours. But I guarantee you, they taking up for that. Yeah. He can mess up. He can say whatever he got to say. He can say whatever he got to say. But they're going to take up. Wrong or right. And they've been doing that for years. And we don't do that. We always, like, if somebody we mess up, or if somebody mess up, fuck us over. Excuse my language, fuck us over. You know what I'm saying? We don't stick together. We cut them off, and boom, that's it. I'm telling you, I see it all the time. Wrong or right, they're going to take up. They're going to defend, and that's it. And this dude he's messing up. Some of the questions he answers, some of the stuff that he says, he's just messing up sometimes. But guess what? They're going to take up for him.
That's what they taught you. That's behavior.
Right? Yeah. So, I'm saying, if we can get out of all this stuff, we can get out of that. We can get out of that mentality. We just got to do it.
Exactly. That's the
And
truth.
people in Orangeburg. Now, they told y'all on that live who your counselors and stuff are and stuff like that. Get off of your behinds and do it. Nothing is not going to just sit here and fall in your lap. I'm going to tell you that right now. You have to get up. If you want something done, you got to meet it halfway and do something. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to say, man, my city is I love Orangeburg, man, but they so far behind and like this stuff, man, and they did with this do it. They did with this recommend change and see the change and just do it, man. I'm telling you, none of these kids have nothing to do. So that's why they turn it. They sit here getting pregnant, you know, at young age, whatever, doing what the hell they got to do, and then they go on doing this other stuff. They don't have nothing else to do but go out in the streets and do whatever they got to do. They don't have nothing. Go to a damn movie theater.
We don't have nothing.
Like the skate
Oh, they
park.
have.
That's why it's better. Hey, here, I'm sorry. It echoes when I talk.
Wait.
You have
Can
to
y'all hear me? Oh, yeah. We're gonna have to wait.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Alan.
And I appreciate you sharing that with us. You know, it seemed like some people don't want to, you know, say what they got to say or what have you. I think somebody up every parent on a block looked out for each other child. Nowadays, you can't say nothing to nobody else child. Parents used to help. Hold on.
Raise them.
Oh, I waved at somebody. Parents used to help. Where I'm at. Parents used to help keep everybody's kids in line. And that's the truth. You can't do that now. You can't do it now.
However, I can control who my kids hang around.
That's the truth. You can control who your kids hang around. And again, when they go to school, God knows you don't know what they're doing. But we have to have a little inkling. We got to have some type of idea. Do these kids even fear the parents anymore? You get what I'm saying? Do they fear? Do they even know that word?
You know, I had
If they don't fear nobody, then what the hell? They don't care.
You know, I had my daughter, when she was younger, had the nerve to tell me if I hit her, she'll call DSS. I told her,
Call them. Call them.
I told her to call. And I told her when they come with the police or whatever, they can be more than to take her, because I refuse to
have a
feed
disrespectful
and house
child.
anything that feels right.
All right, y'all better not be scared of y'all children. I'm sorry.
And I told her,
I don't know, Lamar.
to talk to me like
I don't know what
we.
we can do.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. But all I know is what we can do is control our household. It starts from these little people. We see these red flags. We got to instill that into them. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You gonna fear me, little dude. When I look at you crazy, you gonna know to shut the hell up.
But you know what? I find it to be scary, and I might be wrong for what I'm about to say.
What?
But after that protest and the way some of those people reacted with some of the issues that they have, I'm angry too. I've experienced certain things too. However, I am not going to stand up there and belittle myself.
No.
I will take that anger and turn that anger into something positive.
You're right.
I'm going to keep telling my story until somebody take the time to listen to it, or somebody direct me in the right direction to try to get things straight. However, I am not going to sit there and because they say they're going to legalize marijuana, I'm going to say yay.
Yeah, you got my vote. But let me say this. That made me, somebody said something?
Lamar said, but what can we do?
That's what I answered. All we can do is what's in your house. That's all we can do. We can't control nobody else's children, but we can control ours. So like I said, we cannot control what's already happened. It's already happened. It's already done.
But the people
But we can control the future.
We can come in contact with those parents, and all of us can be on the
We got to
same
work
page.
together, man. Your son hanging out with somebody, your daughter hanging out with somebody, you need to make contact with that person. Because first of all, I ain't letting my kids spend the night and be all up over somebody's house and I don't know crap about them. Okay? Oh, I thought you wanted something to say. Something that made me think something, then I'm going to end it because I've been talking y'all ear off tonight. You mentioned something just now, April. I can't remember what it was. And Alan mentioned something, and I wrote down withholding information. You know why a lot of black brothers and sisters don't make it today? It's because we hold information. Do you not understand? Do you not understand what a real leader is? A real leader would make somebody else into a leader. We don't withhold information. We share that information so they can succeed as well as us. It's enough money in this world for everybody. But guess what we do? Oh, I'm not telling her what I know because I don't want to know. I don't want Ann to know what I did to get where I'm at. Why not, sister? She's a sister just like you. And that's our problem. These little crabs in a barrel, they don't want to share information. What is it hurting? You already got your goddamn authority. You already got your goddamn title. What, you think Ann gonna come take it from you? Then if you think Ann gonna come take it from you, then you not doing what you gotta do. You gotta be god doggone confident in the title that you hold. And if you a leader, you will share that information and make somebody else greater. And that's the problem we have.
Not if they got that position because they knew somebody. They probably don't know how the hell to do the damn
That's
job.
true. That's true too. That's very true too. Take somebody to know somebody to get where you're going. But guess what? I'ma get mine. And guess what? If somebody asks me a question, Freema, how do you make sure the insurance is correct? I'm gonna show them. I'm not withholding no information because if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. And that's just that. But y'all, I'm going to go ahead and end this live because I can tell I'm getting a little passionate about this subject. But let's start from home. Let's go ahead and flip over mattresses. Let's go ahead and look under pillows and see what these little dudes carrying in their bags. I don't care if they 21 years old. If they stand in your household, you have a voice. That is your house. And it got to start from somewhere. And I'll talk to y'all later. And hopefully we'll get to what I normally say, peace and love. Because right now it's not there. Have a good night.